So what's the name of the big show live? All right. What we doing about 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
All background good.
All right, so we're just waiting for a few people to come on in.
Cool.
All right, big fella, how you feeling there?
What's going on, man?
Man, everything, man. You're looking good, man. What you looking hungry, man? What you
Well, I done lost about 5 pounds. Okay, lost 5 pounds.
So
I've
what
been
that
doing
take about
intermittent
2 years?
fasting. How what you say?
Man,
Yeah,
I didn't hear you
man.
say it again.
No, I've been doing intermittent fasting. I've been eating 1.5, 2, 3, about 5 meals a day now. I'm down to 5 meals a day.
Small meals, and you still eating a whole racks of pancakes.
Well, I mean that's better than 10.
So I'm down to 6. That's good.
That's right,
That's
man.
good, man. So everything been working out for you, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm glad to be back on the big show, man. I know we've been doing this for how long now?
Man, we've been it's been about 8 years now, actually, including the pandemic years and things like that too. But
Right.
that actually leads in, man. We first I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming on, man. We wanted to start off. This is officially the first show of Big Show Live, so we kicking it off. So I got to get some noisemakers and things like that. So you can hear the
Yeah.
applause and
What up,
everything.
though?
You know. But we wanted to use you though, because the Big Show really started because of you. If you think back to it, we really started the Big Show because we wanted to showcase your talents. You said you was going into comedy, and after I stopped laughing at you, we realized you were serious.
You right, y'all. And this is the crazy part about the big show. We started this with y'all basically started this with no experience, right? I
Yeah.
was a brand new comedian. You and Heather, for y'all that don't know Heather, that's Antoine's wife. She had a vision, y'all had a vision. We worked together, man, and the big show got real big. We had other comedians that we had on the show, like Tony Baker, London Brown, that's Marvin from Raising Canaan, all these different people, man. Everybody got famous except me. And I'm so happy for everybody. I'm not bitter. I'm glad, good job, y'all. Uh-huh.
Good job to them, man. Good job, especially like Marvin, especially London, man. London is
Man,
London
for real,
Brown,
man.
excellent,
They
man.
doing
But I mean,
excellent.
everybody that started with Clayton Thomas, man, hosting.
That's right.
But I mean, Tyrese Spivey. I mean,
Tyrese Spivey, internet sensation Clayton Thomas. Okay, please put some respect on his name. Internet sensation Clayton Thomas. Okay, that's how we know him as.
right, and he'll tell you that too. We gotta drop everything. Let me make sure I got everything situated here with the cameras.
Yeah.
All right, everything good? Can you see me?
Yeah, man. Cause
Sweet.
we all
All
from the
right, man.
same
So,
place too.
oh yeah. So for those who don't know, me and Cam go way back, man. The big fella Cam Rowe. I've known him since what? You was in middle school. Definitely
Yeah.
since you was like, I guess you skinny. I guess 300 pounds of skinny in your guess to you.
You knew me that long? That's a
I knew
long
Cam,
time. I was skinny.
right.
I did used to be skinny. Tell him I was skinny, dog. I was skinny. I had the chicks. Okay. I had them. I'm
Hey,
not
listen,
Antoine. Let me tell you,
I
I'm
didn't
not
come out here to lie
Antoine.
to these people, bro. I'm not coming out here to lie to these folks.
Listen, Antoine hooked me up with my first prom date. He got my
True
first
story.
prom date. I couldn't believe it. And then 2 years later, he took it from me. Okay, I'm just saying, like, that's how. And I'm sorry, his wife was. I'm sorry, Heather. We gotta say the
I
real.
wasn't
That's
gonna
what
bring
happened.
that up. I wasn't gonna talk about that, man.
Heather gonna be like, this dude is canceled. He is canceled today.
Right? Like, you about to be canceled like Kanye?
I was like, I didn't even say nothing. Right.
All right, I ain't talking about Kanye and Kyrie. We ain't going there today. This is our first show. We want to have a second one, so we gonna leave that alone.
Oh man,
But
that's great.
so let's get into it, man. I want to talk about you a little bit, man. Your travel, man. As you know, let the people know you started out with basketball, 6'8". Like I said, your playing weight was what, 300.
About 270, about 270.
270. Okay. So we'll go with 270 for the people who gonna believe that. But with your dad being Curtis Rowe, your godfather Dave being, you got a tradition of basketball in your family. Now, you know, I played with you. You know, you wasn't good, you know, but you didn't suck. You know what I'm saying? You was like, you didn't suck. You know what I'm saying? So, but everybody expected that you would you would be, you know, trying to take that path to the league. Where did comedy come from?
Man, I just think, you know, with us growing up, always joking around, being silly, you know what I'm saying? I had my best times just growing up with y'all, man, having fun, joking around, man. It just always stuck with me. I used to love the Cosby Show growing up. Shout out to Bill. Maybe we shout Bill out.
Shout out to Bill. I got him over here on the shirt, one spot. Shout out to Bill.
Yeah, and I used to watch it all the time. I wanted to be a Cosby kid, man. I wanted to be on a sitcom. That was my whole thing. I wanted to be the star of a sitcom. I never told nobody, man. But I realized, okay, Bill Cosby was a stand-up comedian. So I'm like, oh, that's what I got to do first to get my sitcom, you know. So I'm still waiting on that, you know what I mean?
So what, be on the Cosby Show?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's over with. It's over with now because, you know, Bill messed up. But,
even the kids is done with now.
Even the kids is done. Rudy got to go back to work. Isn't that
crazy? Rudy got to go get a real job.
And because you know me, you know, if I was on a Cosby Show, you know how I am, dog. I'm super lazy. I'd be like, I've never got work again in my life. I would cuss Bill out every day. Like, dog, I got to go to work. I got no skills. I can't do nothing.
Listen, man, the thing with that, though, is you got to do right with your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Rudy, you should have invested in Quaaludes. You would have been good by now. You would have been good by now.
No, that's hilarious. That is funny.
And for the record, too, man, for the record, I'm sticking with Bill. I support Bill on that, man. My whole theory on that, we don't know, you know, we wasn't there, so we don't know what happened with all of that. But I'm not going to judge someone from, you know, the 80s on 2000 standards. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, reality is, you know, what if a couple of chicks, you know, I ain't going to say us, but, you know, this generation, you know what I'm saying, this generation, 10 years from now, girls start coming out talking about, you know, the pills they pop with them, what no, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a different time. So I'm keeping that judgment, you know, off the record. You know, I don't know what was happening there, but for what Bill did for my community growing up, you know what I'm saying? So many kids went to college behind that.
Yep.
That's what I want to remember him for. That's what I want to know him as. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and you know what I'm saying? They let Hugh Hefner die. I'm sure he was doing whatever Bill they allegedly was doing too, man. It's like, you know.
Yeah, you know, sometimes sometimes your eras is different. So to have the standards of today and expect them to have had those standards back then is just something different. So I don't you know, shout out to Bill Cosby, you know, and everything with that.
Like, you know, like my dad playing ball in the 70s, I don't know what the hell he did. I don't want to know either.
Right. Keep that in the 70s. That's probably what's best, you know. So going to comedy, man, like when at what point did you decide that was something that you was going to jump into seriously, man? Like, I remember the infamous basement tape floating around, you know, people are hearing about it in the hometown and nobody really believed it. And when I actually saw it, it was like actually funny. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like that was your first tape, but it looked like you was kind of seasoned a little bit, like you had been doing it before. At what point did you make that switch to become serious about comedy?
Man, the first time I got on stage in LA, I was actually with y'all. I was at the Comedy Store. And
I remember that.
Yeah, I think it was Ingrid or Heather or somebody. They talked to the host. It was an open mic. I wasn't scheduled to be on the open mic, but they talked to the host and let me go on stage. And I was nervous. Like, I did comedy before, but I was like, I got to do it here. And I went on stage. I did all right, and I just hit the bug, man. I said, man, I can do this because I can't do nothing else. You know what I mean? If you're 6'9" with a son of an NBA All-Star, you don't go to the league. You know what I'm saying? You gotta your stuff is limited, man. So yeah.
Man, I'm gonna be so funny, man, because I the one thing I never wanted to see was you 6'9" working at a gas station. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right. I had to do something. I was like, man, I'm funny. I'm just gonna hit the stages, man.
Man, that takes a lot of confidence, man. How's everything going for you now with it?
It's going good, man. I just got an opportunity to go over to Europe, with the Armed Forces Entertainment.
Excellent.
Yeah, man. I've been performing so much. Even being in Michigan, the Michigan comedy scene is so good, man. Because when I first moved back here from LA, they give you like when you're a new comedian, 5 minutes here, 7 minutes here, 10 minutes. Michigan, they like, hey, I need you to do 30. I got y'all like 30. you want me to repeat my jokes again and do 30? They're like, nah, dog, do 30 minutes. I'm like, all right. So I'm sweating and stuff. So now I start messing with the crowd. It worked on my improv game. Detroit, I do comedy all over Michigan, but the Detroit comedians, man, are so good. I don't think they realize how good they are. Like, I starting in LA and then coming to Michigan and seeing how good these comedians are, man, it's crazy. It's insane. If they would just get out, some of them just get out and venture out, they'll see how far they could go, man. And they helped me get better, honestly.
Yeah. Then, being from Detroit, just not even necessarily the comedy scene, but the people, man. The people is just funny, man. We trash talk a lot. So I'm sure that helps you hone your craft. Say it again, I didn't hear you.
No, all day, especially if somebody in the crowd trying to talk to you, man. I did a show the other day, this 75-year-old lady tried to throw her panties on stage and telling me all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going back and forth with her. It's crazy
What
stuff.
You mean going back and forth? You try to throw it back to her?
Well, I ain't been hit on it in a long time. So I said, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I feel good.
So you kept them?
I did. I smelled them too. Sorry, wife. I'm married, but I smelled them.
I smelled them,
Not bad for it.
But I smelled them first.
What's bad for a senior citizen, man?
You stupid. Never mind. We ain't even going down. It ain't that kind of show. We do got some rules on the show.
Right.
Man. All right, so I got two questions, man. One, I want to ask how, like the difference between the two scenes. You kind of touched on it a bit where California, you started out here, even though you're from Michigan. You started out here, but you went back. How different is the scenes other than just the time?
LA is definitely a showcase city. So I didn't have to start in LA, but I'm glad I did because I learned a lot. Starting in LA is different rooms in California. You can do the Latino room, you can do the Black room, you can do the mainstream room. Had I started probably in Michigan, I probably would have just been doing nothing but Black rooms. But now I can do all type of rooms now from starting in LA. So that's the good thing about California. But it's mainly to showcase your talent. So I could go back there now, and now I know how to showcase, right? I can do 5 minutes. I can do, over an hour of just material, right? So I can do 5 minutes at each spot or whatever they tell me to do, and I can showcase and I can kill. And Michigan is more getting your time up, getting your chops up. And Detroit, if you can succeed in Detroit, you can succeed anywhere, man.
Okay, so it's kind of like not necessarily playing in the minors, but playing in the minors, like where you get that real work in. And when you get to LA, that's kind of the show. Now it's time to show what you done learned, show what you done.
Right. And now when you go back, you're so much better than you were before. It's incredible. And that's because of the people here.
Okay. So what doors, if any, have opened up for you since you've been back?
Man, so a bunch of, just people, I don't even reach out as much as I should. People reach out to me now and they book me like every weekend. So I'm doing like golf clubs, bar mitzvahs, anything, man. Strip clubs. It's a bunch of variety here, man. And then
but you going from the strip club to the bar mitzvah?
Strip club to the bar mitzvahs, man.
Talking about you brought the wings.
Right, man. Wings and Laka. What's it called? Laka? That's my favorite, man.
Lemon pepper Lou. Shout out to Lemon Pepper Lou, boy.
That's right, man. Shout out to the Bernsteins for looking out for me. I appreciate it.
The Bernsteins, man. So a lot of opportunity, man. For those comedians who want to come up, but they're still in a small town or their hometown rather. It's good to work out there before you necessarily come out here, or would you recommend coming out here?
I would say, okay, so I started in LA, right? So for me, it was good because I saw a variety of different venues, but I was, starting your hometown first, for sure. Get good, get better, and then come out to LA. I would definitely say that, especially if you like a younger comedian. I was fortunate enough to have a day job out there. I don't know how them LA comedians don't have a day job because LA is expensive as I don't know what. And they just be doing comedy. I'm like, y'all got rich parents. I don't know what's going on, but being from the Midwest, we're not built like that. I'm gonna keep a job. I don't care if I get on a sitcom tomorrow. I'm keeping my remote job until I get,
My remote job.
I'm keeping something, man. I'm keeping my day
You're
job.
gonna stay working from home until something else blows.
Yeah, until it's set in stone, man. Because the show could get canceled, anything. I'm like, I got a family to support. Number one, that comes first. You know what I mean? But that's just how we're built in the Midwest. It's like that, man. Like we're gonna work, do what we got to do, but also we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, man. One thing I do want to say though, man, you surprised me, man, with your work ethic on it. Like I said, I guess our expectations of you in the basketball world was what we put on you, not what you necessarily believed in.
Right.
So look at your work ethic from there, going to comedy. Woo, we thought you was gonna be a failure. we thought there's no way this guy's good. You gotta work for it. So
right.
to see you actually come out and give that energy, man, and actually get back to your Midwest roots and put that work in, man. I'm very proud of you, brother. I'm very proud of you, man.
I appreciate that, bro. Like I said, with the Big Show, and that's what the Big Show I really developed myself with the Big Show, man. Like I said, you guys have had so many people. I don't think people know, man. So many people have came through the Big Show that are on like primetime television now. Like we said London. Also, man, Brian Hooks. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm sure everybody remembers.
Everybody know Brian Hooks.
Yeah, everybody know. Like the movie Three Strikes. These people are so seasoned as not just comedians, but like actors, like real Hollywood actors. Brandon T. Jackson did the Big Show before. It's like I've never seen a show where I've had that many famous people, who are actually good at their craft on
like Tony Baker, right? Like Tony Baker killed for us.
And this is before Tony really blew up, but he would do the show all the time, man. And it's just like people, I think comedians in general, we're like a community. So whether you're on this level or that level, it's not like that. Like Seinfeld could come in here right now. If he finds out that I'm a comedian, he's gonna show that respect to me, even though he's, Seinfeld, whatever. Like that's how, for the most part. There's some jerks in there. We can't cuss, right, Heather? Because I'll just say jerks.
Not on this one.
There's some jerks out there too, man. But for the most part, man, comedians, it's like a fraternity, honestly.
Yeah, man. Same with them, like being backstage with them guys. I think is really like a respect for the path,
right.
Like, and I kind of saw that, with some of the internet sensations where they jump off versus the stand up, the traditional way. It's more like a path that they understand that you're gonna get booed, you're gonna have those nights where you just it was terrible for you, and you had the courage to come back and do it again. You had the courage to go back up there. So when they do see you, no matter how big they are, it's always a respect for the path that you on, the journey that you're taking, you're willing to take, you're embracing. It's a like you said, a fraternity.
Man, it's a fraternity, especially, man. And I love my people, of course. You do a black show and you ain't ready, or you nervous. First of all, black shows, you got to come out with your heat, okay? Especially in Detroit, man. It's like you better come with it, because if not, they're gonna let you know. Because I think Mike Epps said, the average black man is funny, right?
Right.
So
right.
if you say you're a comedian, they're like, okay. The attitude is like, all right, come on, make me laugh. But I think
you got to be funnier than Pookie around the corner, dog.
And you could be okay as a comedian. They're like, nah, bro.
He ain't gonna make it.
But it makes you better though. It's just like with hooping and anything, man. Like whatever you do, it's really like a sport, honestly, man. And but it's just about getting better and improving. And even if, let's say I got on a TV show tomorrow, that doesn't mean if I stop doing comedy and I try to do a show, I'm gonna get booed. Like, you got to continuously work on your craft, and that's what y'all do at the Big Show, man. Y'all give us opportunities to be successful over and over again.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it too, man. That actually was, like I said, when we started, we did it to give you a platform, and from there it just sparked like, you know what, man, this actually is pretty cool. Why don't we do that where we give comedians a platform to showcase themselves? Because what we did, like, I think the special thing with the Big Show was we understood how to bring the crowd in. Yep. So I think that was different because, for comedians, it's generally on y'all to bring the crowd in. Y'all are the ones who's supposed to invite your people and fill the show up. Whereas for us, it was more of, we got a lot of connects, so it's easy for us to get some people here. And by doing that, that gave the comedians a chance to just go up there and experience, what they're here for, without the pressure of, did I feel the crowd yet? I just want to go up there and work on my joke. And from there, I think it just blew up, man. I think that was just one of the brilliant things, man. So like I say, we wanted to have you on first because it all started with trying to give you a platform, brother. I'm proud of you taking that opportunity with that platform, and you just expanded it to a whole career.
Thank you.
Before we get out of here, I do want to give a RFP to David Arnold, man. He did our show, and he blessed us at a time when it was like we needed someone. We needed that face. We needed somebody who was seasoned, who was a vet, and he came on and did us a solid, and he tore the house down. So
Man.
the comedy world won't be the same without him. We do miss him. Before we get out of here, though, I want you to give some advice to the up and coming comedians from small cities, small towns. What can you give them to help them on their path?
Well, first of all, I got to shout out David Arnold as well. I would tell them, honestly, if David was still here, to take David Arnold's class. That'd be the first thing I'd tell them, because that's really how I learned how to tell the truth. That was David's whole thing, telling the truth on stage. Like, my whole set now is because David, he's like, wait a minute, you 6'9", your dad play? He was like, and you ain't blah, blah, blah. He was like, come on, man, you got a story to tell, right? So that's the whole thing. Like, storytelling is what I learned from Dave, man. So, but I would just say any new up-and-coming comedian, if you really want to do it, find an open mic in your area. There's a list of open mics. There's a website called badslava.com, SALAVA, something like that. You can look up open mics in your area. Find the closest city, hit those open mics, man. It's probably once a week. Maybe they got it every few weeks. Go every week. Show up every week. Whether you get on or not. Network with comedians, meet them, and write. Get better and better, man. And the worst stuff that happens to you in your life, at least you can use that for the stage and put that on, man. So whatever goes on in your life, if it's bad, like, oh, I can talk about that, So that means I got a lot to talk about.
Yes, I got a lot. And you know what, man? One thing I do want to add to that, with that advice to new comedians: expect to get booed. Like, that's part of the game. That's how you get better. Don't go up there and somebody say you ain't funny, or somebody heckle you, and you go home and pack it in. Go use that as your next joke. Use it as your next joke. I got booed last time. T.I. got booed. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the journey. That's why you get respected.
Shout out to T.I. who just came to Detroit, came to the Punchline. T.I. got booed, and that shows you how great he is as an artist. He didn't care about that. He kept going. This is famous A-list celebrity T.I. And he's still going hard at the comedy. That's how he became the artist that he is to this day. But you just got to keep going, whether you get booed or not. I might get booed tomorrow, probably not, because I'll be killing. But I could get booed tomorrow.
I could the crowd boo.
right. Yeah, man.
And that's funny. We used to boo each other in the streets, though. Like,
always
make a bad decision, holler the girl the wrong way, boo.
Right,
better.
Right. Especially hooping with y'all. Y'all boo me all the time. Boo, dunk that. Boo. I'm like, I did a turnaround jump shot. Boo.
6'8", laying it up. Who was you, Ben Simmons, man? Dunk the ball.
That's how you know I wasn't going to the league. You was like, this thing, he's 6'9", laying up on everybody. But I would smack the glass on anybody. Smack the glass.
Smack house. Whenever y'all saw smacks, like, this guy's not going pro. But his dad might get him in overseas, though.
Right. I was like, I at least go to Europe, man.
Right, we thought you would at least go to Italy, though. You
know how bad you got to be a basketball to be 6'9" and not go overseas? They take anybody overseas.
Anybody, though. But you know what, though, man? So, final question on that. I wanted to ask you this one. So, like I said, you didn't suck. You know what I'm saying?
Suck, right?
You didn't suck.
I did not suck. I had a nice
That's what I'm saying. You didn't suck. Okay. You wasn't great, but you didn't suck. You clearly could have played overseas. Did you have anything to regret on that, or is there anything looking back like did you make the right choice?
No. The dumbest thing in the world, I wanted to work. I wanted to have a regular job. I'm like, no, I want to work. Because I went overseas in college, man. I'm like, I don't want to be over here for all this time. I was like, I'm just going to get a job and make $100,000 a year. It don't work like that. I was making like $15,000 a year. Why wouldn't I go overseas for like 6, you know what I'm saying? 6 years, 7 years. That was the dumbest. Look, if you're 6'9", go overseas, man. Go overseas for like 7, 8 years and come back.
Right. Do you remember we had that conversation? I told you that?
You did. You did tell me that.
You were talking about you didn't want to go overseas because you didn't speak the language.
But I had never had a job, though. That's what it was. I was so spoiled.
That's what it was. I told you, bro, you do not want to be a regular person working in the regular world.
You said, no, you can't be a 6'9" regular person. I said, no, man, I don't want to go overseas. I want to work. I was
Man,
like, 250 a week.
next thing I knew, you was selling cigarettes on the back of your truck.
I said, I gotta do something, man. I can't be doing that, man.
Man, that is hilarious, man. Well, look, man, we got to get up out of here, man. But I do want to thank you, man, for coming on. Again, we wanted to have you on as our first guest because, again, this formula, this staff or this family is how the whole thing started, man. So again, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your knowledge. Is there anything else you want to leave the people with?
I just want to say, man. Oh, shout out to Donald Lett. Donald Lett's watching, man. Donald's a fantastic comedian too, man. So he's a dude I started with in L.A. But
Sweet.
I just want to
Shout
leave
out
the
to
people.
Dunham.
Yeah, I just want to leave the people with, man. Follow your dreams for real, man. Follow your passion. Follow your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. You can do it, man.
All right, man. We appreciate you, Cam Rowe, man. All right, we out of here. We'll be back next week. Thank you all for tuning in with us.
All right, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right, peace out.
All right.